Helldivers 2 update will bring 100 changes to the game. Yes, you heard that right. I have one tiny concern though. Stick around till the end and I promise it will all make sense. Despite facing several challenges post-launch, including server issues and controversial decisions regarding account linking, the game has managed to thrive, becoming the fastest-selling PlayStation game of all time, with 12 million copies sold in just 12 weeks. The developers are now preparing to release significant updates and a new Warbond that promise to enhance the game further and address community concerns. One of the most anticipated changes in the upcoming patch is the introduction of visible supply lines and attack origins on the galaxy map. Previously, the game had invisible lines connecting planets, which determined the path to liberation. To access a planet, players needed to ensure Super Earth had full control of a planet with a supply line connecting to it. However, this mechanic was not surfaced in the game's user interface, leaving many players, especially those new to the game, unaware of the strategic implications during major orders. Hardcore Helldivers 2 players, who engage deeply with the Galactic War meta-narrative, believe that the lack of visibility regarding supply lines has led to the failure of some major orders. By making these connections visible, Arrowhead aims to enhance strategic planning and increase the success rates of these significant missions. This change is expected to make the game more accessible and engaging for all players, providing a clearer understanding of the overarching war efforts. Arrowhead Game Studios has taken significant steps to address the feedback from its dedicated player base. The early news about the upcoming patch has been well received within the community, which had previously criticized the studio for the frequency and quality of updates and premium warbonds. In a post on the Helldivers subreddit, community manager Twinbeard acknowledged the need for better communication and quality updates. It was frankly about time we offered you something. We know you've been waiting a long time. Hopefully, the patch and new Warbond are 2 steps in the right direction. This sentiment was echoed by Catherine Baskin, social media, and community manager at Arrowhead. In a recent post on the PlayStation blog, Baskin mentioned that the studio had slowed down the pace of Warbond releases to ensure they are fully polished before being introduced to the game. "We don't want to rush anything out of the oven before it's fully baked," she said, emphasizing the studio's commitment to quality over quantity. Scheduled for release on June 13th, the jungle-themed Viper Commandos Warbond is one of the key highlights of the upcoming updates. This new Warbond is expected to bring fresh content and excitement to the game, potentially revitalizing the player base. The upcoming patch includes several important fixes and improvements. Patrol and spawn rates reverted, adjustments to make gameplay more balanced and enjoyable, invite-only lobbies, allowing players more control over who joins their games. Super samples in level 6 missions, addressing issues related to grenade usage. I have one tiny concern though. For hardcore players like me, who have grown accustomed to the current spawn rates, the adjustments may raise concerns about the game becoming too easy. Combine that with buffs on the assault rifles, I know without a shadow of a doubt that I'll become truly unstoppable. The announcement of the Viper Commandos Warbond has already had a positive impact, with the player count on Steam surging back up to 55,000 daily players following the news. The introduction of the Viper Commandos Warbond reflects Arrowhead's new approach to content updates, prioritizing player feedback and ensuring that new additions are well received and add meaningful value to the game. This strategy aims to maintain the game's momentum and keep the community engaged. Helldivers 2's rapid success has been a double-edged sword for Arrowhead Game Studios. While the game has generated significant revenue, the studio has faced several crises. Launch, the game suffered from server problems, which frustrated many players eager to dive into the cooperative experience. More recently, Arrowhead clashed with Sony over the console maker's controversial attempt to force Steam players to link their accounts to PlayStation Network.
Falling apart like this is on you.
Wow. Wow! Oh, that's some kind of logic right there, Mike. You screw up, get yourself followed by the DEA, and now suddenly, this is all my fault. Why don't you walk me through this, Mike?
We had a good thing, you stupid son of a bitch. We had Fring. We had a lab. We had everything we needed. It all ran like clockwork.
Oh,
you could have shut your mouth, cooked, and made as much money as you ever needed. It was perfect. But no, you just had to blow it up. You and your pride and your ego. You just had to be the man. If you'd done your job, known your place, we'd all be fine right now.
This move was met with backlash from the community, who felt it was an unnecessary and intrusive requirement. Last month, new CEO Shams Jorhani, who recently replaced previous Arrowhead CEO and now current Chief Creative Officer Johan Pilestedt, stated that the studio is adjusting to the enormous success Helldivers 2 has brought. In an introductory post on Reddit, Jorhani outlined plans to set up the studio to make more and better stuff in the long term, ensuring sustainable growth and continued support for the game.
Okay.
Disco.
Pedro.
Okay.